feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem been petty. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed heavy, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it an FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities and never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs, yeah, I hit the ground.
Good morning, everybody. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome in on this here Trill Tuesday. I hope y'all having an amazing, wonderful, blessed, stupendous, super doggone Tuesday morning. Thank y'all for being here. Yes. We're gonna have a conversation this morning, y'all. We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna talk about it. Try to have some time for people to come up real quick, fast, and all of them type things. So again, I'm only gonna be so clear. I'm doing the best I can with the intranet that I got. So yeah, when I upgrade and you know get a little more better, there is some poor folk in the world. So it take time. It take time. I ain't a wealthy man that can just run out and snatch this and that. Now I have to do things in increments and save and so on and so forth. But again, baby, happy Trill Tuesday. Now look here, let's go and get into it. I think the lighting helped a little bit. I appreciate all the feedback from last night's test. I think Big Rooster on his live, he just went live over on the ground, and he was saying could be a camera issue. Look like it's the lighting helped, but I just don't have the best internet where I'm at, way out in these sticks over here in East Texas. With that being said, let me get to speaking to everybody so we can get into this conversation here. Jared Talks, the first one in here. What's going on, my brother? Welcome in. Said same question is why people moving to Atlanta. I'm gonna get into that because it's not just Texas, it's the South in general. The South, people moving in the South. Virginia Bushcrafter, what's going on, man? I'm actually gonna put some of these comments up as I go through speaking to everybody. The Virginia Bushcrafter said African Dreaming was up. Why are so many moving to Texas? Is because of economic opportunities, tech hubs, manufacturing growth, affordable living, the quality of life. Absolutely, 100%. But matter of fact, I'm gonna go back to that Virginia Bushcrafter. Virginia Bushcrafter also said, I'm a dual resident of Texas and wouldn't have it any other way. However, property taxes are outrageous because there isn't any state income tax, so it balances itself out. Now, that's something else we're going to get into. Y'all hit the nail on the head with some great points because here's the thing. Yeah, I'm going to say that. Hey, Deborah Garrett, young lady, if you don't get in here and enjoy yourself, I don't know what I'm going to do with you. And secondly, can everybody in the chat please give a big happy birthday to the birthday girl? If you didn't know, her birthday's passed, so it ain't too late. Please give Miss Deborah Garrett a big happy birthday. I want to say she turned 24 or 25 a few days back, so if we could happy birthday to Miss Deborah Garrett, I sure would appreciate it. And none like folk caring about you and telling you happy birthday, especially on your 24th or 25th birthday. My sister, official J Mia. What's up, baby? How you doing? How the family? Florida people off in here? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Mac, what's going on, family? My sister, Unbiased LLC. What's going on, Purple Patch Crew? Hashtag Ashy Gang Gang. Sonya Siegler. Tay Eats. What's going on, my sister? How you doing? Tay, speaking of internet, I got to go back and rewatch you. I started out in the live. Internet started messing up. And I had some stuff to do outside for about 30, 40 minutes. Came back in. I got to get back to it. But Tay Eats went live yesterday, premiere. Y'all check her out, please, and thank you. At least I think that was yesterday. That was yesterday. Yeah, that was yesterday. Y'all check out Tay Eats. Country Hustle 101. What's going on, family? Oh, you better get in here and enjoy yourself. Boss Life Online. How you doing, young lady? E-King Farmer. How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, by the way, y'all, please, if you don't mind, if you feel so inclined, please, 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 feel free. Share this live out, please, and thank you. And hit that thumbs up for me, please, and thank you. Blue Lotus Vibes by Janita McLean. Mama Nita, welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you. You better get in here and enjoy yourself. Boss Life Online said, welcome back to Texas. Thank you. Thank you. Sheed, what's going on, bro? Sheed, we here. What's up, family? Welcome in. Welcome in. Don't want to miss nobody. Tamika Davis, what's going on, family? Welcome in. Regional Sky Girl, how you doing? She said, greetings to all. Once again, I'm here in a random city in a random hotel, praying that my 2 flights are canceled today because those skies are active. Yes, indeed. A lot of storms moving around across the country in different places. It's the northeast, the southeast, out west, Cali getting crazy weather. Lead Farmer 7-3 was live last night talking about the same thing. Some of these storms, man. You know, folk, you can either believe the storm is coming or not. In addition to knowing the storm coming, prepare for it and know that just like storms come, storms pass. How you prepare for that storm is often the determining factor on whether you get to see the other side of it. But, you know, it is what it is. Regenerative Life Wayne, what's going on, brother? Grand Rising, all beautiful Texas. The sun is out, harvesting free power. Get it, get it, get it. That's the DIY generator, self-built generator. That boy talk about sustainable life, man. You got regenerative. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. There's so many people on here to learn from. It's amazing. I want to run through a few quick notes, and we're going to go on and jump into this conversation. So y'all help me with the dates now. If I got any of the dates wrong, again, thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for sharing this live out and hitting that thumbs up for me. I'm going to start with upcoming events. So, Lead Farmer and Lady Led Survival Camp, February 2nd through the 5th. 2nd through the 5th. You can reach them at just go over to Lead Farmer channel. The email, the website, I forget, but y'all check out Lead Farmer, and you can, if you're still interested, you can link up with him and get further information. Black's Tropical Homestead. Now y'all really got to correct me at this because for some reason, hey Tamika Wells, how you doing, family? Better get in here and enjoy yourself. Black's Tropical Homestead, the Soul Family meetup is April 4th through the 6th, I believe. Did I speak to Miss April Showers? I think I spoke to Miss April Showers Network. Miss April Showers, how you doing? You better get in here and enjoy yourself, young lady. Yeah, so that's Black's Tropical with the Soul Family meetup, April 4th through the 6th. And then you got the Crawfish Kickback here in the great state of Texas. I ain't gonna get into too many details right now, but it's gonna be May 25th, a Saturday, May 25th, holiday weekend, Memorial Day weekend. You can go over to the Buy Me a Coffee, or you contact Unbiased LLC, who's in the chat. I need if she available. Damn, I got her. My wife ain't even here. I don't hate dropping stuff, but I'll drop it here in a minute. I'm gonna play a commercial here in a minute too. So y'all just kind of hang around for that real quick. But the Crawfish Kickback is in Texas at a state park. It's gonna be on the commercial. Needville, Texas. May 25th. I think it's gonna be a great time. That's just me. I mean, I don't know. I ain't there yet, but I'm just thinking it's gonna be an amazing time. And after that, you have June. June. I wish Erica My Fly Family was in here, but June 19th through the 21st is gonna be RGG, a regular gun guy. It's gonna be a regular meetup in Ohio. That's Ohio, outside of if Nightbot is on, he would drop. Oh, that's right. See how my sister gonna help me run my shit, girl. But thank you, Unbiased, because I forgot. Nightbot should start dropping that here in a minute if it hadn't already. I haven't seen it, but Nightbot should start dropping that here in a minute. Thank you for reminding me of that, Unbiased. Yeah, so like I was saying, regular meetup June 19th through the 21st. So that's a list of events coming up over the next several months that y'all can kind of position yourself for and or attend if you would like to do so. Sweet Thumb, what's going on, brother? Welcome in, welcome in. Y'all, I was in the bushes this morning. I was listening to Miss T. Wasn't really, active in the chat, but just trying to support by listening and hitting that thumbs up, like I hope some of y'all doing right now if y'all out in the bushes. Congratulations to Sweet Thumb. I believe you won some honey this morning. And Song 146 Home and Garden. How you doing, family? Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Good God's glorious morning, everyone. Shout out to Psalm 146 Home and Garden. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. I want to have a conversation with y'all real quick. We ain't got to take for forever. And by the way, for all the people coming in, yeah, and Bias, you slid in right in time, and Sweet Thumb still won it. Still got it. So congratulations to him. And again, happy birthday to Deborah Garrett. Yes. All right, family. Now, I'm going to start out with Texas, but I'm going to talk about the South overall. And it's something that intrigued me about it. I really do get intrigued by it because the South comes with a certain reputation. Man, my brother, ARD, how you doing, family? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Dolores, thank you for being here. Welcome in, family. Welcome in. The South comes with a certain reputation of sometimes being backwards, of sometimes being unprogressive, which I'm not going to deny and say that there aren't some sprinkles of truth in that. But here's the distinguishing thing. What's less progressive to one person may be a conservation of values and certain morals and norms to another person. So when I sit back and I think about all of that, and I see how many folk moving down here, and if y'all seen the thumbnail, people coming in. Sassy, the experience with Sassy. What's going on, family? Happy Trill Tuesday, and you have a blessed Tuesday as well. Nikki, the everyday life of Ann, OCD is chick. How you doing, my sister? Welcome in. Oh, which reminds me, tomorrow, if today Tuesday, tomorrow Wednesday, Wind Down Wednesday with Nikki, Hands in the Dirt, and my sister God dog it. Oh, I'm getting old. Jesus Lord, I hope she ain't in here. She gonna be like, African Dream, how the hell you? I just can't. Somebody, Bougie Prepper with Bougie Prepper. So thank you, Song. I thought about it before somebody put it in the chat. Bougie, I apologize, girl. I'm getting old. You know how it is. Um, yeah, so that's tomorrow. But today, 3:30 Central Standard Time, that's Texas time, my sister Unbiased LLC is gonna be going on. It's gonna be going on at today. And of course, Vision Preparedness at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time will be doing his Tuesday live. And y'all make sure Thursday, y'all can thank you Unbiased LLC. I'm gonna put this up on the screen. I was just about to get to that. Pieces of April live Thursday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. So what we're gonna be talking about on Thursday, it will be myself, African Dreaming, my beautiful sweet pea, Pieces of April. It's gonna be on her channel. It's Big Rooster Show and possibly Tori's Brain. But definitely Big Rooster, African Dreaming, Pieces of April, and Unbiased LLC. And it's gonna be a Q&A. And with this Q&A, we're gonna try to answer all y'all questions and queries about the crawfish kickback in Neesville, Texas, at Brazos State Park. So be there so you can ask what you want to ask, questions about the area, what's close, what's not close, which, where you might want to fly in if you plan on flying in, if you want to drive in, just be there. Be there. It'll be a good opportunity to ask questions and so on and so forth. Actually, Aubrey Pod, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. First time seeing you, so thank you. I love seeing new peoples. By the way, y'all, one more again, share it out if you don't mind, and make sure you hit that thumbs up. Even if you're in the bushes, don't forget, because sometimes I get to watching and don't always hit the whatchamacallit right away unless I do it right off the bat. So make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button as well. Back to the other part. So with those kind of issues, and what I was talking about was some of the stigmas that come with the South. Why would you have so many people from all of these other countries moving to what are seemingly not only more Southern, but more conservative areas by all intents and purposes? And when I say conservative, I'm not really talking about D's or R's. I'm talking about the overall, more traditional, conservative, liberal approach to life. That's what I'm talking about. Urban, what's going on, my sister? How you doing? Welcome in. You better get in here and enjoy yourself, girl. Why are people, so many people? If it was a handful of folk, then it's like, whatever, no big deal. Who cares, right? But we gonna go over some stats and some numbers, and it ain't just we talking about Texas because that's where I am and that's where I'm from. But we're gonna talk about some other areas too. I think earlier in the first person in here was Jared Talks, and he said that he was talking about Atlanta. And I don't think it ain't nobody in this chat or somebody who don't know somebody who cousin, first cousin, second, everybody done, I can't count the folks I know who have given Atlanta a shot. I'm serious. Like, that's a conversation I hear about Georgia overall and Atlanta quite a bit, is how many people from California to Maine to New Hampshire to Washington State, all over have moved to the state of Georgia, either for their acting career or for economic purposes or for whatever. But some of these urban areas in cities like Atlanta are getting, from what I gather, that's talking to friends and family and whatever, because it's getting really, really overcrowded, and it's really, really driving up not only property taxes, home prices, the overall cost of living, traffic be a damn nightmare. And for some of y'all who haven't been to some of the major cities here in Texas recently, same thing. Same thing. Why am I having this conversation? If you saw the thumbnail, you would see that since 2022, y'all know we in 2024 now. So since 2022, over 1 million residents from other states have relocated to the great state of Texas. And since 2020, 1.6 million people have moved to the great state of Texas. Since 2020, over 1.6 million people. Y'all, that's a lot of folks. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. So it makes me wonder, and I think Sweet Thumb the Virginia Bushcrafter put a really good speculation in the well, actually it's his life, so it's an accuracy that's applicable to him as to why so many people. It's the opportunity at rural life. It's cost of living. It's affordability. I can tell you years back, and I started to take some of this. Before I say that, I started to take some of this information, and y'all know how I like to do videos and run videos and do all of that. I'm just gonna read out some of this information. You can always go to the Texas Tribune, just one of the sources that I'm using to cite for the information I'm providing today. But I like for people to go look for themselves too. So you won't just think, oh, that's just African Dream and saying this, that, and the third. No, you go over to Texas Tribune and you can look it up for yourself, and that will link you to a lot of other sources. And then you can cross-reference their sources and see whether you buy it or not, whether you believe in it or not. They get into how much Fort Worth has grown more than the Dallas metro area, because Dallas metro already expensive as hell. Fort Worth always been a little bit cheaper historically, from my having lived in both cities, right? But when it comes to Austin, the Virginia Bushcrafter mentioned some of the technology companies that have, for the sake of like tax breaks, economic opportunity. You got a lot of people that used to be a lot of companies that used to be hub areas on the West Coast who are like down in Austin now, in and around that area. I don't want to just make up numbers, so I won't, but I will say the cost of living in Austin, Austin, Killeen, even parts of Waco, Baylor, shout out Baylor for all my Baylor fans, is astronomical compared to what it was back when I was in my teens and early 20s and all of that stuff. I'm gonna get to some of these comments before I go too much further, because I know they're good and I don't want to miss none. But it's a lot of reasons why folks still choosing the South, and they coming in droves. That's what we talking about. I just want to know what y'all think. Let me see. Regional Sky Girl said, because I'm spending too much money for an apartment of which I'm never even there, going to stay with my homegirl in Houston and pay way less. Pooling resources where it's at. I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more, Regional Sky Girl. And with the way we work, you working, man, it's something about breaking bread, because like typically, not always, but that's typically most people's biggest expense is either rent or mortgage, right? So if you working 16-hour days sometimes, 12-hour days, if you work a 12-hour day, usually you leave an hour before work. I won't go through all the steps because we all grown and most of us know them. You spend 5 or 6 hours at your house, most of which you sleep, thinking about going back in. Hell of a way to live, but we got to do what we got to do, right? So I get what you're saying. The Lord said, if you're not raised here or know someone from here, it's hard to live here without knowing the ins and outs. Yeah. The Lord, you over there in Georgia. I think you in the Atlanta area. Yeah. I know my man Jared is. Let's see what Psalm says. Psalm 146, Home and Garden said, African Dreaming. If I had my choice, I would move to Texas too, just for the warm weather. It's cold as a penguin's nose. I know. Ooh, where you at in the Illinois, baby? Anywhere in and or around Chicago, it's just the thought of it make my bones hurt. Sweet Thumb said Texas looks like it has space, but a lot of that land will have to be altered to accommodate the lesser than rural minded folks. Absolutely. And I'm glad you said that, Sweet Thumb, because here's the point. Growing up here as a child, in and out of Dallas, in and out of the country in East Texas, the way that it has grown is almost mind-boggling. If you wasn't alive or lived here back then, you would never imagine how it looked now. Because it's like, I remember when this was just woods. I remember when that was just woods. I remember when there wasn't no highway here, wasn't no road here. And now, it don't take long for enough people. I put it like this. What used to be, what you call them things, not urban areas, what used to be suburban areas that you literally had a 10 or 12 or 15-mile drive outside of like real city part to get to. Hell, they own cities now. 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago, when I was a teenager, some of the nicest areas where, that was for the rich folk out there. Yeah, such and such live out there. They got a house out there. That's where folk wanted to be. It was just a suburb. It wasn't a whole bunch of convenience stores, no Piggly Wiggly. You had to drive somewhere else for all of that. Now some of these places got their own police and fire departments because they so damn big. If you would look at somewhere like Forney, Texas, right outside of Dallas, what's another one? I ain't gonna say Canton. Even Canton, outside of Canton, even hell, what's that? Where Jamie Foxx from? Not Euless. That's on the other side. I can't think of it right now, but yeah, it's the Mesquite. It was outside parts of Mesquite, man, that was just country as hell. It was like being down here. Not no more. Vision preparedness. What's going on, brother? I didn't even know you was in here. VP come on later tonight, y'all, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you catch him. That's right, Country Hustle. That's what I see. That's what I'm gonna get into. The new Tesla plant in Austin is larger than a lot of cities. That is why one of the reasons why people making that transition, y'all. Thank you, Wayne. And a lot of people, some people know that's why they moving here, and some people don't know that's why they ain't. Or some people just don't like which I completely respect. Some people just don't like the overall vibe of the South, of Southern living. It's a lot of history down here. It ain't all good, but it ain't all bad. Shanny. Hey, Shanny. Shanny. It's Shanny. Shawnee. It's Shawnee 2003. What's going on, family? I hope I'm getting it right because I always go back and every time I go to sleep, I end up getting it wrong. I apologize, fam. I respect folk names, so I always want to get it right. Soul Below the Heavens. Welcome in, family. How you doing? Thank you for being here. I love seeing new people. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, and while you in here, make sure you go on and subscribe. I appreciate y'all taking the time to swing by Little Old African Dreaming. Said, let me put it on the screen. So Below said, Texas, Florida, North Carolina cost of living is going to keep going up in the next 5 years. I'm actually considering leaving Texas. And that's the other side of it. It depends on where you at. If you are in an area where your overall cost of living and property taxes and everything around you has spiraled and went through the roof, then you might be on the other side of this. You might be on a position where I'm like, I'm finna move. I might go to Mississippi or something. Or I might go to North Dakota or South Dakota or somewhere. Hey, 755 Media, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. The Lord said, yeah, I'm in Atlanta. I've been here all my life, and the raising prices, and those who don't know will just accept pain without knowing there are better options out there or things to help you. Absolutely. I mean, you when you from somewhere, you just know. You just know. You just know how it used to be and how it was. And like uh somebody in the chat just said, I mean, it's like depending on where you at in Texas or anywhere else, you might be like, damn, I'm thank you, Country Hustle. Terrell. Man, Terrell text, bro. Terrell used to be like, okay, I'm almost in Dallas. I'm talking about 20, 25 years ago. Back when I was a teenager, you know what I'm saying, first flipping in and out of Dallas, like on my own, just driving, getting on 20 and uh doing my thing as a teenager with my homeboys and stuff, in and out of Oak Cliff, in and out of Cedar Hill, uh, in and out of Grapevine. But yeah, Terrell, Texas is where I was talking about. Man, Terrell used to be, I mean, hell, 20 years ago, you get to the outlet mall, and even that was like still kind of like you ain't you ain't in Dallas yet. Now, man, hell, all of that, it's crazy. It's crazy how much all that's done grown. If I knew what I knew back then, boy, I would have brought $40 worth of land right outside of hell anywhere back then. Because right now, all of his housing developments or strip malls, which just blows my mind. Big Rooster said Terrell. All right, Big Rooster, what's up? Shout out OG Big Rooster Show. Let me I gotta get ready to drop this link. I think I saw some where Miss April Showers go. I saw another comment. Miss April said something about coming up. I'm getting ready to drop this link. We 33 minutes in. We're gonna get to keep the conversation going and flowing. And I'm taking the time with the comments because I see a lot of good ones, and I really, really want to acknowledge everybody for participating in the conversation, for one, and for two, telling us what y'all think, because that's what this really all about. Regenerative Wayne said, let me tell y'all. Oh, by the way, for those who don't know, some people listening while they driving, some people just got their earbuds or headphones in. So I'm reading the comments for those who may not be able to just look at the chat. Wayne said, let me tell y'all something. Rural, unrestricted land in East Texas has gone up 50%. It is, yeah. I have been outbid 3 times on unrestricted rural land in East Texas, still looking. And it's in demand right now. And yes, sir, it is. Yes, it is. Absolutely, Wayne, 100%. Hey, Sweet Pea, Pieces of April, whoever that is, I don't know. Y'all, I heard of her before. Said, hey, everyone, driving, can speak individually. Hey to everyone. So Pieces of April said hey to everybody because she need to keep her eyes and hands on the road and can't be looking. And baby, why you bring me something back, please and thank you. It don't even matter what it is. Just bring me something out of love. Just anything. You said it right the second time. Okay. Shanny, 2003. Thank you, Shanny. Sorry about that, sis. Tam Tam, formerly Miss TT. Okay, let's see. Thank you for being here, man. I'm loving seeing all these new people. Y'all, please hit the subscribe button while y'all over here so we can keep connected, so I can go back and be able to find and link up with y'all as well. I really do appreciate y'all folk being here. Tam Tam said, I'm from Mississippi. Don't move here unless you have money saved up. There are hardly no job opportunities there. That's why I moved to Texas. Y'all, this is why these kinds of conversations are so important because, and thank you for sharing that, Tam Tam, because somebody might be getting pushed out over here, but somebody else got a better opportunity over there. And it's just, you got to go with what fit your circumstances economically. And one person's trash may be another person's treasure. What sick of, somebody might be looking for just that set of circumstances. I'm going to say this. I've said it before. I'm going to say this again, y'all. As many of y'all know who followed us for a while, my wife and I spent a big chunk of our early adult life in the Pacific Northwest, living in Seattle. Seattle is high as hell. We just can't afford to live there no more. Not with it being worth it. Hell, without it being worth it, so many people we know have been like, I'm done. I can't fade it. I can't fade it. This it's just too much. It's too much. So what do I mean by that? I'm finna drop this link in a minute because I know Rooster from the Bay Area. Y'all think I'm lying? Go look it up for yourself. If you don't think a 1.5 bedroom or 1 bedroom with a decent sized closet attached to it or in it won't run you 1.3 or 1.4 million. I'm talking about in parts of Oakland, outside of San Francisco. I'm just using this as an example. So if you got a 2-bedroom bungalow that's worth 1.6 million, and this is what happened in the late 90s, early 2000s, and then it happened again in the 2010s while we live in there. So I'm witnessing all of this stuff firsthand. Somebody from the Bay Area, before Seattle got as expensive as it is now in certain parts, would sell their property, sell their house for 1.6 and move up to Oregon or move up to Seattle or somewhere in the Seattle metro area. Pay cash for a house that's like $300,000-$400,000. Well, guess what that did over time? It pushed up all the property value. Everything became more expensive. More people moved up, yada, yada. Well, people who sold those houses, if they didn't stay there and just get another one, sometimes they took the same approach. They would sell that $300,000 or $400,000 house, move down here to Texas, and get a house for like $170,000 or $160,000, and then have the profits from that sale to either just call it quits and retire, depending on what part of life they was in. You got a house paid for, you got them the 200 racks in your pocket, and you might just want to work part-time. It's only so many times that can happen before it start building and catching up on itself, because you start running out of people that can go to that next level down with a sustainable profit. Y'all see where I'm going with this, but I raised that point from what TT said to really try to emphasize that, because it is what it is. I'm getting behind, y'all. God dog it, I'm getting behind in this chat, but I'm going to catch up, and I'm going to drop this link so people can come up. Country Hustle said, my land is in Terrell. My mortgage has doubled within the last 7 years. A lot of distribution centers here now. Yeah, bruh. AutoZone, Walmart, Amazon, Goodyear, etc. And Country Hustle, you're not lying, family, because I mean, hell, you can really start in Tyler. If you start on 20, when you head into Dallas, that's where the first little batch of distribution centers kind of start, and then they just done stack them and spread them and going on and on and on. Okay, Sassy, thank you for being. Sassy said, hey to everybody. She in the bushes. I think she working. She busy. But thank you, Sassy, for stopping by. Uncle G, Audacity Dawning. What's going on, family? Much love to you. Thank you for being here, and you and the family. Virginia Bushcrafter said, let me see what he said. San Antonio real estate used to be a secret, but real estate investors are like vultures now. It's a lot of people with the resources out here buying up things. Sweetberry 32, Shalom family, welcome in. Thank you for being here. So from Seattle, and it is crazy expensive. Thank you, Strawberry, Sweetberry, for being here. Wow, see, and I'm telling y'all, this conversation, it could just go. It could just go, because Soul Below the Heaven said, yep, even Idaho is booming right now. People looking for somewhere cheaper, more affordable, with a different quality of life to go to. the South and rural areas in general are just dominating right now. And if you are in a more constant, urban or heavily densely populated area, it's usually for folks that are either heavily involved with tech. Maybe if you work from home, you got a different opportunity. But when it comes to these plants and stuff, working at some of these facilities, you got to be driving distance. You got to, so it makes sense. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Amina Ben Thomas, thank you for being here. Said peace and prosperity, everyone. My first time tuning in. I heard about you from Lead Farmer 73, seeking out like-minded folks. Well, thank you for being here, Amina, first of all. Secondly, shout out Lead Farmer 73. Thank you, and Lady Lead, as always, for sharing and showing love. Thank you. We appreciate you. It's your first time. I hope you're satisfied with the conversation so far and that you will return. And again, thank you for taking time. That's true, E-King Farmer. No matter where you at, you within an hour and a half from somewhere big. That's very true. Very true. J3GS Farm, what's going on, my brother? Welcome in. The honey slanger, the honey man himself. Thank you for being here, brother. I gotta go back and catch up with your full live. You and Led, man. I think Rooster was up there too. Y'all had a great conversation. Health, men's health is important. I didn't get to finish the whole thing, but I'm definitely gonna go back and I gotta catch up on so many people. I'm in a constant state of catch up because 7:48 a.m. now. I used to do these lives at start them at 7 p.m. So right now it would be like 7:48 or 7:43 or whatever time it would be. 7:43 at night. So I'm adjusting. Thank y'all for y'all patience adjusting with me. Now what I want to do is get this here drop. I'm gonna drop this link and give a chance for people to come up real quick and talk about what they want to share. Because of my internet, I'm gonna bring up one person at a time. Maybe hang on to two for a little while, but I don't want my internet to start getting too janky. So there's the link, y'all. And then I got to add the run, and we're gonna check that out, and then we're gonna meet everybody on the other side. African Dream. 755 Media said at African Dream, and I consider move to Texas. Not sure if it's right for me. Still on the map for my new location. I would recommend to anybody, as somebody who done lived in multiple states and multiple countries, if you have the opportunity, always visit first. Always visit and go to a place where you probably wouldn't like it, and get a feel for it all. E-King Farmer, yes, we do. It's a lot of them in Florida too now. It's a lot of them in Florida, but it's so many. There's a very, very rich community of Black farmers across the South. But I know South Carolina, Florida, and Texas stand out. And I think Mississippi. There's so many of us down here. Hell, yeah. And that's my goal is to be the best little small farmer I can be. Get back to just being an old country boy. I done traveled, seen, done. Hey, Tracy Anderson, how you doing? Welcome in, family. Thank you all for being here. I see you back there. You can leave your camera on or you can turn it off, whichever one you want to do, young lady. All right, I'm gonna bring up the first guest. Oh, hey, hang on back there, Miss April. Hang on for me, and I'm going to. I gotta play something real quick, and I'll be right back. So just let me do this real fast, and hold on, y'all. Bear with me. Okay, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the Crawfish Kickback. All roads lead to Brazos Bend State Park in Needville, Texas. This event will sell out, so get your tickets ASAP. Oh, and we almost forgot. There will be a domino and spades tournament. So on May 25th, 2024, get you game hands ready. Like that song says, let's have some fun. Also, there will be other dishes in the menu for those of you that don't eat crawfish to be announced soon. Let's make this Memorial Day weekend one to remember.
All right, y'all. That's the Crawfish Kickback. Let me go ahead. Miss April, when you get yourself situated back there, and you can go ahead and turn your camera off. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I see you, Miss April. Now I definitely want you to turn your camera off before I put you up on the screen. There we go. Yeah, I don't want everybody seeing all your business. But I see you though. All right, let me bring up y'all none other than Miss April Showers.
Hello to everyone in the chat.
Hey.
African Dreaming.
Yes, ma'am.
The first show I went to, because I remember everybody's first show.
Mm-hmm.
It was the GOAT and Beef Challenge. I'm like, who in the heck is cooking GOAT?
Me.
So, your titles are important because that's what made me want to check them out, because I'm like, GOAT? People eat GOAT. So that's just the tip.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about Texas, and this is so weird. I just found, I keep everything. That's my Texas ID.
Oh,
I
okay.
lived in Texas.
Okay.
I lived in Texas.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
lived in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I love Texas.
All right. I see it, Miss
But-
April. I don't want everybody to see. There you go. There you go. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't live there no more. Everybody know where I live at. I've been all in the newspaper and stuff, so it don't matter.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. But y'all got some heat down there
Facts.
in Texas. I had to go to the emergency room a couple of times. I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, it get real.
I mean, and I'm not trying to say this to tell nobody not to move there or anything. But if you got any type of asthma, breathing problems, that heat will knock you off your feet.
It can be hard on you.
Huh?
I said, yes, ma'am. It can be hard on you for real.
That heat. And that's just the tip. I'm not trying to tell nobody not to go there. When you had these type of discussions, I'm just saying my experience. And I would have still been there, but my mom got sick. And I came back home to Illinois. And then I've been sick, so. But anyway, then, oh my God, them doggone loops and all of them highways. Let me tell you, you can get on one of them loops, and Lord have mercy, I don't know where you might end up at, because I don't know where I ended up at. Back then, when I was living there, we didn't have the cell phones with the GPSs and stuff.
Right.
But thank God now they have those, because you on that Loop 12 and all of that. You know, I lived on Gaston because I worked at the Embassy Suites right there on Stemmons Freeway. And they had the state fair going. So I only knew one way. So I had to take another way. And I ended up an hour and a half from Dallas. So thank goodness. You will need a GPS if you move down there, because them loops and them highways will get you all turned around. Am I lying, African Dreamer?
You are not, man. You are not. If you don't know where you are or got somebody to call, right? But like you said back then, you didn't have. I done got lost before. In trying to go to somewhere out in Farmers Branch one time, and I stopped at the payphone at least 6 times, calling and telling them where I'm at now. And they like, well, where are you close to? Okay, well, get back over here and then go 3 or 4 miles. That's how it was back in the day. You had to stop and use a payphone at a gas station to call somebody, tell them where you at now, and hopefully they know where you at. And I think for a lot of people who ain't never visited, it'll kind of mess your head up just how big Dallas Fort Worth is. And I'm not even gonna mention Houston. Houston is you just gotta go. Just if for anybody. Oh, go ahead, Miss April.
I love Houston too. I have family there, and I really hate y'all having that get together Memorial Day weekend, because that's our family reunion weekend.
Right.
I said I'll be darned. But
we understand. Go see your family.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that many of us left, so the few of us, we'll be getting together. But I'm gonna send you an April email, because I'm gonna do something, since I won't be able to come.
Okay.
I know it's gonna be fun. I'm so glad that y'all made it back to spend time with your family. Pray on all decisions that you make in your life. Now, right now, I'm getting ready to move. I'm getting ready to leave Illinois. This cold weather is not getting ready to kill me. And so it's going to either be, because the family that was in Dallas, they didn't all move to the suburbs now. So they're like, what is it, Glen Ellens?
Right.
And bought a trailer and got some land. So when I'm going down there and I'm going to look, I'm going to see how much trailers cost. I still got a phobia of living in the trailer.
Right.
I don't know what it is. But
it happens. Ain't no wrong with that. But Miss April, when you finish up, I'm only doing one person at a time, so I want to get some more people up here. But
okay.
But no, go ahead.
Right, y'all.
No, finish what you were saying.
Okay. Yes, so, Glen Ellen is where they at. But I go to Dallas at least 3 times a year. So I've seen the growth. But I just wanted to come up and just give those little tips to people. That heat, boy, that's a major heat.
It is.
It's some heat where you can't breathe. People don't go outside. You can go outside for 5 minutes, and like I said, I got lightheaded and dizzy. So that's just a tip. Not telling nobody that they shouldn't move there or nothing like that, but just giving you a tip. Everybody keeps supporting everybody in this little YouTube community.
Yes, ma'am.
Be respectful of everybody's chats. You know, if you don't like the conversation or something, you know, just hit the like button. Keep it moving. People can
Right.
do whatever they want to with their channels.
That's
This
right.
is April Showers, and I'm out.
All right, Miss April. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate you. You have a good one now. All right. Thank you, Miss April, for coming through. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Uh, I've been dropping the link in the chat for anybody else who wanted to come up. Uh, I'm trying to keep up with these comments as well. Ekane Farmer said, according to the DFW projections, over 7 to 10 million more people expected to move to DFW area by 2030. Y'all, for those who don't think it's real, I'm not playing. The Texas Tribune, you can go look at census data, both federal and state. These are some of the projections. So think about that. If you got your eyeballs on a certain area, or you looking at maybe moving from this place to that place, look, I'm a guy who try to live in the moment and enjoy life as much as possible. But at the same time, I try about 5 years out. About 5 years out when it comes to I have short-term goals and long-term goals, right? Uh we on land right now. Our land, family. We good. This is where we gonna be and build and grow and everything we gonna do back in Africa. But if you thinking about, well, I'm gonna do this 5 years from now or 3 years from now, you better look at what it might cost. Look at what new corporations are moving in the area. Look at what just projections. Just projections. Honestly. For real. Yeah. So go to the courthouse, check courthouse records, see anyway, yeah, we'll get more in depth with that. I want to kind of stay on this, but uh, excuse me. I appreciate y'all for being here. It's a lot of new people in here. I want to emphasize this. I want to remind people. My beautiful wife ain't here with me right now. I usually do Tuesdays by myself, and we do our other show called Friday Faves together on Friday. A show that was initiated by us, but set in motion by Led Former almost a year and a half ago by Led Former 7-3. For being who he is and how he is, that kind of help push us in the direction of supporting and helping other small YouTubers like ourselves. So it's been good so far. It's been something we still grinding, sticking with it. So for all the new people, we are African Dreaming. My wife and I, if you look at some of our older videos, we actually started our channel in Africa. Lived in Tanzania for 3 years. Still live there. We in between right now. We came home to set up the family spot here for us. Things we want to do with our small farm over here on family land, because we getting older, which means the people that we love getting older. We reached a point where we ready to be around family a lot more. See the nieces and nephews and everybody grow up and turn into these young adults and spend time with the parents and older people in our lives who getting older. And yeah, it'll be a little country family. So thank y'all for being here. It's a pleasure to meet y'all. And like I said before, I hope y'all return. Hope this ain't the last time I see you. Make sure you subscribe. Trace Anderson said, right, that's how it was for me in 96 driving from Seattle to Atlanta. Woo. Girl, you stopped at a lot of payphones. 96? Boy. Yeah. Cell phones weren't like they is now. Wasn't no GPS. Not that was in my budget. DFW, Soul Below the Heaven said DFW is getting insane. Even places like Louisville, Grapevine, etc. are expensive. That's what I'm saying, fam. And I'm glad there's people in the chat who actually from the area. Salon Diva, Home and Garden. What's going on, my sister? How you doing? I thought I saw you in here. Again, the link is in the chat. I don't know if Big Rooster's still in here or not, or anybody else who want to come up. a lot of my Texas people off in here right now too. And I hope y'all enjoyed the commercial. I'm gonna have to run that again before I get out of here. Let me see here. Sweet Thumb said, I'm from Mississippi, drove through several big cities, including downtown Chicago, but still can't get used to the traffic where you just hit the gas and see what happened. Yeah. I'm one of the worst things about, for me, hey 10, the educated natural, what's y'all, nothing. One particular job I had about a 30-minute commute in the morning because I would just leave so early. I could get into and beat most of the traffic by the time I was about 10 minutes out and actually got to my exit. Then that's where the backup and the lines start, right? Every morning. It was just routine. But what was horrible is getting off work after you done work 10 hours and it take you an hour and a half to 2 hours to get home. I ain't even gonna say get home. I'm gonna say get back to my exit to start heading home. That's a hell of a way to live. Horrible. Miss D's Hollywood Garden, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. I'm gonna put this link in the chat again, and then I'll go back to discussing some of the topic of the day while we still got a little time left. Y'all don't forget Unbiased LLC is coming on at 3:30 today, Texas time. I would love for y'all to check her out. You don't have to be a crafter or a sewer to get over there and check my sister out and support her live today. And Vision Preparedness is coming on at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. Now, that ain't it. I already got to that. A lot of folks talking about like great. Who put that in there? About the DFW area, places you wouldn't think. Oh, I missed. I don't see it no more. I can't find it. But somebody put something. All of these are little DFW type. Again, this is from just the Texas Tribune. I started to put all of this stuff up here, but I'd rather y'all go check it out and look for it yourself. That I cited one source. That's enough to set you in the right direction. Texas added nearly 1.6 million people between 2020 and January 1st, with the Austin region the state's fastest growing metro area with 7.2% growth, drawing in the most new residents according to new population data by Texas Demographic Center. Those are some of the demographic and demographic and whatchamacallit places I was telling y'all about. Census places is what I wanted to say. But Fort Worth added more residents, 48,542 than any other city. The so-called Texas Triangle, composed of Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, San Antonio, and Austin metro areas, now holds a whopping 68% of the state's 30.3 million residents. Overall, the population of Texas grew by 4% January 2020 to January 2023, including new births as well as new residents moving to the area, the data shows. This is the last part. Y'all rock with me. Just hang on. Texas is growing at a rapid rate because we have high resident retention and are attracting new domestic residents, said Laura Leaning, the data analyst to Texas 2036. Somebody just put in here about some projections for 2030, right? In the Dallas metro area. Now listen to this. 2036, which strategizes a long-term Texas policy which the new state residents bring in considerable wealth. Texas will take the opportunity to expand infrastructure in important ways. I'm going to get back to a little bit of this more in a little bit. But y'all peep game. Even if you not, you know who is paying attention to these numbers? Companies, corporations. It's kind of like a domino effect. when you start getting these little plants and you getting BMW and you getting this and you getting that, supply and demand. If you got just like when it works in the opposite direction, a smaller town, the plant shut down, and then this place shut down and that place shut down, and the little restaurant. Well, it works in the opposite order as well, as many of you know. I'm not trying to be redundant because I know that many of you all understand this already, but for people who may not be looking at it from that point of view, if you get a company that moves in and directly and indirectly supplies 8,000 jobs, these people got to have a place to shop. They got to have a place to live. They need toilet paper, food, water, car washes, restaurants, activities with the family on the off days. So there go your bowling alleys and your this and your that and your movie theaters and just all of this stuff. It works in both directions. Texas is growing fast, y'all. Texas is growing fast. One thing that did stand out to me while I was researching this is not the rural areas in the state of Texas as it is in some of the other states. Florida, more rural growth. I want to say, I mentioned this one earlier, South Carolina, excuse me. It was another southern state where the rural population is growing more. But in Texas, that triangle they just talked about, Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth, and H-Town. Those five. That's the big five right there where most of the people who moving, that's where they coming from. I saw some had said something. I don't want to miss it. There we go. Sorry, y'all. I'm getting behind in the chat again. Y'all bear with me. And if y'all want to come up before I get out of here, the link to the chat, somebody was backstage a while ago. I don't know who that was. The link is in the chat. Psalm 146 Homer Garden said down in Tupelo, Mississippi, the speed limit on the regular highway is like 80. And I was like, I don't want to go that fast. It's about like that in Texas too. I mean, 75. Yeah, you can open up down here. Odoms, what's going on, my brother? Welcome in, Odoms Homestead. Yeah. Welcome in, brother. Welcome in. Welcome in. Miss D's Hollywood Garden. Tamika Wales. Yeah, Sweet Thumb. It was hard to get anywhere, man. And so many people came over here. Some stayed, some eventually went back to either New Orleans or whatever parish they from. But a lot of people came. I mean, people went all over the country, but especially here in Texas, Dallas, Houston, and everywhere in between. Grow Big TV. What's going on, my brother? Joe, are you doing anything tonight? Let us know. Yeah, they was everywhere, bro. They was everywhere. Get back to some more numbers real quick. But I want to, a lot of y'all have responded already as to what you think some of the reasonings are. Well, I mean, I could go into that, but if Wayne's still in here, if Regenerative Wayne's still in here, this is something else that's interesting. A lot of people moved away from the Gulf region. Now, don't get me wrong. Houston is obviously the Gulf region. You don't get no more Gulf than Houston, except for maybe Galveston. I don't. It's the same to me, basically. But more people moved away from the Gulf region. However, the last exodus came from Corpus Christi. That's another one. With 3,659 people moving out of the sparkling city by the sea since 2020. The Beaumont, Port Arthur, and Victoria areas also saw population decline. El Paso was a close second for that dubious honor, losing some almost 3,227 residents from 2020 to 2023. The largest percentage dip was in the tiny town of Toya, which has lost 7 of its 61 residents in 2020. Now, what's going on that side of the Gulf? I ain't gonna go get too deep into the politics of it, but it's a lot going on with immigration and all of that. When it comes to the Corpus Christi and Port Arthur and Houston and Galveston and all of that, baby, them hurricanes come through and be whooping up on folks. If Wayne's still in here, Regenerative Wayne, he can attest to, and anybody who lived there, I think it's some other folk in here who in the Houston area, if they were there at the time, the flooding. I got family down there. I remember seeing some of the flooding like in real time. Folk internet was still working. Harvey was. It's y'all, that's enough to make you think about it. Now you got some, hey, praying couple cooking series. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I hope I ain't missed nobody else. Okay. Grow Big TV said we have Mary's heirloom seeds talking about companion planting and gardening planting. Mary is from Texas. All right, brother. All right. Absolutely. So Grow Big TV. I think your time is you 7, right? Let me know, Joe. Just drop it in the chat. I know you have guests on Tuesdays as well. Tuesday night. So drop it in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. My brother, another Texas fan. What's going on? So good. Gardner. Yes, he is. Cal. What's up, brother? Yes, 7. Okay. 7 Eastern Standard Time. That's Grow Big TV having his guests come up. Yeah, and again, the link is in the chat if anybody want to come up on this topic, share your thoughts and opinions. Overall, the biggest points are why so many people moving to Texas specifically. We covered some of that. We got into some of that, most of it, for job opportunities, for some of the tax opportunities, so on and so forth. Why would people who typically otherwise, let's say for other reasons, I'll just say for other reasons, Texas wouldn't be appealing, but it's got to be appealing to somebody. And then on top of that, the South overall, so many southern states, This is a trend. It's a trend. Is Texas is kind of at the top. In fact, I think on I have to find this other article. I want to say in 2023, for the first time, Texas beat out Florida. Florida is a beautiful state. Florida is an absolutely beautiful state with all the beaches and wildlife and wilderness and swamps and bayous and all that stuff that you could possibly imagine. And people still going to Florida in droves. But for the first time, Texas beat them out. North Carolina, South Carolina, everybody know everybody and their cousin literally moving to Georgia, primarily Atlanta. That's almost the first. A lot of people moving to Louisiana, oddly enough. Not saying nothing wrong with Louisiana. Don't get it twisted. I'm hell damn near in Louisiana as I sit here and speak. When I say East Texas, babe, I mean East Texas. Wayne said, African Dreaming, you are right. I sold my first house here in Rosharon, south of Pearland, and bought, it's a nice area, man. And bought a new house northwest of Houston. Then I was in Harvey. It was Real Help Rescue Folks. Facts. Yes. Yeah, it was real. It was a very real and very surreal and it was rough, bro. It was rough. So that's enough to make people thinking about regrouping. And if not moving or adjusting in the same state, yeah. Let me see. Sweet Thumb put up a good comment. Well, Mr. Arthur Butler here. Mr. Arthur Butler, how you doing? To Mickey West says, stay out of Louisiana, baby. We can come over there and get some crawfish because they cheap over there. Don't you tell me I can't. I might see you while we over there, Tamikia. I'm gonna come over there and get me some crawfish and some chicken and alligator sausage, which I might cook later today. I actually might do that for real. Throw them on the grill. I see another question. Is that Jessen Bean says cities or rural or both growing? Yeah, both of them growing, but cities in Texas is doing the doggone thing. Sweet Thumb said talk about two-way rights. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna put it out there. I think over the last couple of years, and y'all don't get too wild in my live now in the chat. We can talk about it. We can touch on it, but y'all know, don't say or type nothing that'll set the YouTube people off and have them come whipping my legs. A lot of people have seen certain events over the last 3 or 4 years that has prompted the desire for people to have possession of certain equipment that can help dispense freedom seeds. You know what I mean? Two-way is real. Texas probably has some of the, I won't say loosest, I will say some of the most. Texas is progressive in regards to two-way rights, right? So, oh, Big Rooster, we appreciate that, bro. Let me get Big Rooster right real quick. Thank you, fam. Oh, it's all love, bro. It's all love. Let me get Big Rooster right. For everybody who in here the first time, this is how we support and show love to our people who support our via super chat, whatever, cash out, the other thing, the sticker. Shout out Big Rooster. Got money in the chat. This is how we do our money in the chat, baby. Yes. Let's get him right one more time for good measure. A twofer. 2 of them. We appreciate that, broski. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I seen Wayne had put another comment in here. But yeah, I mean the opportunity and the right to protect yourself, your property, and your immediate dwelling, so on and so forth. I'm just gonna be honest. This is just my opinion. I think that has grown increasingly attractive to people who maybe a couple of years ago may not have been anti two-way, but they was just on the fence. Or maybe they was like, I don't want one of them things in my house at all. If you look at the world, in my opinion, with a clear mind, I don't know what else you need to see. I'm not saying you have to be an enthusiast. I ain't say you got to go to the range 4 times a week. I ain't say none of that. But I think that that's one of the appeals of not only Texas, but the South in general, is because folks have reached a point where they like, I want to be somewhere where I can protect myself and my family and my property. And it's almost just a way of life. So there's that. Wayne said, I love Texas saving money, no property tax for me. Exempt for that's right. Shout out to the veterans, man. Shout out to all the vets out there. No property tax for me, exempt for me, up to 2 properties, vet benefits, no state taxes on retirement pension, no toll fees for me either, just state park, free. Texas does show a lot of love and support to veterans. Absolutely. Nicole Marie, hey, how you doing? Welcome in, family. Thank you for being here, Nicole Marie. We appreciate you. And that's something I'm glad Sweet Thumb brought up the two-way, and I'm glad that Wayne brought up the veteran status. Y'all, I've personally known people who decided to make Texas home for just that reason. When it comes to veteran considerations and veteran discounts, and I'm not talking about going to get you a Moons over Miami. That's a good thing too. And I'm not talking about 50 cents off of a cup of coffee. I'm talking about when it comes to property taxes, a lot of taxes for this, taxes for that, depending on how much you got to get on the freeway and all of these tolls and stuff, you could literally be saving yourself thousands of dollars a year. And when it comes to the property taxes, hell, you probably are. So that is one of the things that's also, I think it's appealing to people. That's just my opinion. Y'all let me know. Bammy with Arthur Butler said thousands of people moving here to South Carolina every day. Mr. Arthur, you are correct, sir. Mr. Arthur Butler, you is 100% right. I'm telling you, it's not just Texas. Texas is in the lead at the moment. It's the South in general. So now y'all see where I'm coming from with this live and with this question. I ain't gonna get into it too heavy. We all know, cause we all grown folk. With some of, I'm just gonna touch it a pinch, just a pinch, just a little bit, so y'all really understand where I'm coming from. When it comes to some of the issues and legalities, like some of the arguments being made, I don't want to hear in here which side you on, because that ain't my concern right now. We just having a conversation. Some of the issues regarding reproductive rights, some of the issues regarding Second Amendment rights, some of the issues regarding the political side of things, the tax side of things, all of that kind of stuff. Some of these states that otherwise wouldn't be attractive are obviously appealing a lot of people for some reason. We just got to ask ourselves why, if you choose to. I must be behind. Y'all in here talking about crawfish. My boy's a crawfish lover. Oh, I like both. Tam Tam, crawfish. Dungeness is my favorite crab. After that, it's snow crab. Nicole said, absolutely never alligator sausage. Nicole, you ain't even tried no gator yet. You got to give it a chance. See your sunshine. What's going on, family? Welcome in. That's right. Ain't nothing wrong with hunting squirrels. Somebody got to do it. I had squirrel day 4 yesterday. If I don't eat them, somebody else will. So why not? Why not me? The crime rate seems to be higher in the cities that have casinos. I'll take your word for it. I don't know Country Hustle, but you pretty smart brother. So I could see that. I ain't been over to Bossier City since we've been back home, but I'm gonna have to get over to, we call it the boat down here. I'm gonna have to get over to the boat pretty soon and see if I can't play me some baccarat or something. Some bingo or something over there. Texas lets you grow whatever kind of freedom seeds you like. That's what I'm talking about, Tamika Wells. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Damn, they have everything except for RPG. She Sunshine said, I came here because my pew-pews are protected here. And before that, they take minutes. They will have to go through y'all. And from the Texans, I have met y'all, got a motto that says try and take them. Yeah, I mean, I didn't make it up, but it's a real thing. You try and take them. It's just, especially if you're in a rural area. And I'm gonna be honest, that even comes with an ambulance or something. That's why country folk, most of them keep first aid equipment, something to wrap your leg up, tourniquet, something to vision preparedness in here. You know what I'm saying? Stop the bleed. It might be a piece of rope and a big strong piece of wood. Crank it down, and that might be your tourniquet. But you got to learn how to survive, because whether it's a fire department, police, sheriff, whoever, ain't nobody finna get here real fast. If somebody decides to just pull up at the road or pull up in the yard with some foolishness, well, somebody got to address it, right? Somebody got to address it. You call them folks, it'd be 3-4 years before they get here. They backing up and turning down. Is it this one right here? Somebody look, hey, you think it's a driveway? It's damn near a whole road. It's a whole road, baby. Black Guns and Gardens, what's going on, my brother? Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for being here. I see some ARD. Man, much love, brother. She is Sunshine said, African Dream, and I almost didn't move here because one cousin 2 minutes said they were going to move here from Chicago. Well, you can't let nobody else keep you from doing what you're going to do. Hell, don't talk to them. Yeah, let them live on whatever side they own, and you live. They could be down the street. Hell, they could be in the same apartment or neighborhood. If I don't like you, I don't like you. I ain't fooling with you. I'll never let you steal my joy. Relatives are the ones you share blood with. Family is the ones you pick, oftentimes. But that's just my philosophy. That's just me. Uh, Let me get ARD right real quick. I ain't even down that far. I see it down here. Yes, we have to stay in practice, but ammo sky high now. Yeah, it is, Odom, and it's gonna be higher even later. So as high as it is, I say get it anyway if you can. That's right, Virginia Bushcrafter. Uh, Damn, I'm getting there. ARD. I got to get through this chat. It just popped up at the top. Seems some of the non-folks start thinking that two-way friendly space fit a good lifestyle, but don't want to hear the sounds of that life. Yeah, it's gonna come with change. I mean, the more people you get from other places and other spaces, and that kind of diversifies the look. It's the capital, so I ain't gonna say nothing, right? I am gonna say something. I don't mean in a bad way. When you really, really out in the country, it's a different vibe and feel than when you down at 6th Street in Austin. It's still a lot of Texas pride. You got a lot of college kids from all over. So a lot of UT students, which is the size of a small town itself. So you got that, but it's a different feel in all of these bigger cities mostly than it is when you out in the smaller towns and more rural areas. Neil Wright, welcome in. Thank you for being here. First time meeting. I got a lot of new people in here on this live. Thank y'all for taking the time to visit African Dream, and I hope y'all enjoying the conversation. The link is in the chat because we got a few more minutes for anybody who wanted to come up. I'm only doing one at a time and offer their thoughts and opinions. And before we get out of here. But thank you for all the new people. Thank you, Led, for sharing me out. Anybody who shared it out or came over from Led Farmer 73. She is Sunshine. Thank you for being here. Odoms, Country Hustle, all the people in the chat. And I got to get my man ARD right real quick. Let me go down here, y'all. But let me respond to Neil very briefly. Said, I'm moving to Texas in 3 years. Interested on what you have to say. That's another thing. When you hear stuff rustling too hard, you can be ready because you just never know where something is on you right there. You just let me go see what it is. Neil, I really can't answer that for you. I think it depends on what you're looking for personally for yourself or your family. If you have a family, I personally think it's a great place to call home for a lot of different reasons, but depending on where a person is ideologically, it may or may not be where you want to settle down and call home, But I personally think it's a beautiful state with a lot of good and bad, like most other places. Grow Big TV said, I work 3 jobs, 1 job for 28 years. My wife works 2 jobs. There is no way we can afford to live in New Jersey anymore. Both parties are both full of and don't believe in neither of. I agree 100%, baby. I agree 100%, Joe. It's a lot of people out here. I'm gonna read this one more time for the people in the back. If y'all don't know, this Grow Big TV is awesome. Grow Big TV. Go check him out, and then you'll see who else he is. You'll see his other channel. Said, I worked 3 jobs, 1 job for 28 years. My wife works 2 jobs. There is no way we can afford to live in New Jersey anymore. Both parties are both full of crap and don't believe in neither, and that's a problem. That's where a lot of people are. And 3 jobs, 2 of which for 28 years. These not lazy people. This is the world changing to a point where economically, a whole lot of folk don't know what to do no more. That's why everybody looking for something and somewhere to be where they can kind of get their head up out the water a little bit. For some people, that may be moving in with family or roommating with somebody. For other people, but then other folk want to go out to a more country or rural area. But like I think Tay-Tay, not Tay-Tay, what's her name in here? She from Mississippi. Like she was saying earlier, Well, hell, where you gonna work once you go out in the country? The reason people leave rural areas so they can go into a city so they can have a damn job, but you can't afford to live close to where you gonna work. You see the problem, the conundrum, and if you work in 3 jobs and you constantly watching things around you increase to the point where it's like we can't. Literally, all we do is work. We come home, look at each other for about 30, 40 minutes, watch a half a Jefferson episode, and we both falling asleep because we tired. Take a shower, get in the bed, wash, rinse, repeat. Folks tired of living like that, man. Folks tired of living like that. I see you, OG. Let me damn, I gotta get okay, here we go. Let me get my man right real quick. And then I'm gonna bring this other fella up back here. Let's see him. I gotta get him right. I'm gonna start out with this. ARD, thank you for the love, bro. Thank you for the support. We appreciate you putting that money in the chat. And one more for good measure. Gotta get him, George. And this is none other. We appreciate that, ARD. We appreciate that, my brother. Thank you. Trying to get back up to some of these chats and bring this young man up right Shmir. Now, this man right here don't know nothing about high prices. He does not live in one of the most expensive areas in the country. I want to say he from around Tuscaloosa. So he has no concept of what Google even is or YouTube or no major tech, nothing. So I'm going to bring him up anyway so he cannot tell us nothing. Let's hear what he got to say. I don't even know if he... Man, who are you?
Man, you know me, man. I'm just a small squirrel in this world trying to get a nut, man. That's it. Hey, you know, I love Texas. I think Texas is a great state. And you know, I'm all for 2A. But you know, being a Californian, people think we all against 2A, and we're not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just that we don't do the open carry and the concealed carry, but you can get a concealed carry in California. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you can't. You know what I'm saying? You just have to go through some hoops and some loops. But the problem I have with 2A is the people who are 2A people, the ones who are super cocky with their 2A amendment. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones I have a problem with, because you can carry don't make you bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I get it.
That's the problem I have with it. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm all for everybody being able to own any tool they want to put in their shed. I'm with that. I don't care. I love them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think everybody should be able to. You know what I'm saying? But when you get the people who think they Billy Badasses because they can carry, that's the problem I have. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, it makes you more of a coward than it is, you know what I'm saying, somebody that's a badass. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I put it like this, and I'm going to share this, and a lot of 2A people, some agree with me, some disagree with me, but me personally, this is just my personal feeling. I'm all for concealed. I think unless you are unless you a licensed peace officer or security, an exposed open carry firearm, it's unsettling to me. I personally just don't like it, and I'm completely 2A. But you know, if you this stuff from states that I've lived where people do it. Colorado, for instance, you know, people walking around open sidearm. And it's like somebody, it could be a mama and daddy or just basically kids walking around. And they just mesmerized. They just looking at it the whole time, and it just draws so much attention to that person.
Exactly.
I get it. It's your right, man. That's just my position as somebody who supports 2A. But I would much rather not make myself that target by having. Now, if I'm out here on the land, if I'm at home and I'm on my property, and I just, instead of tucking and doing all of this, you know what I'm saying, and I'm just walking around with it out in the woods around here, fine. But in the grocery store, in the here, there, everywhere, I don't want you to know what I got. That's just me.
Exactly. It invites trouble. It invites trouble. You know what I'm saying? I think people are more emboldened to start some BS because they open carry than they are to, So yeah, but hey, I'm happy for whoever can carry or conceal or open. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like the cockiness that goes along with it. But
I
man,
can
yeah.
definitely,
Texas is a great state, and let me say something else about California
yeah,
to the Texans. Don't think more Californians are moving to Texas than y'all think it is. More Californians are moving to Vegas and Arizona
yes,
than they are Texas because it's an hour flight from home. You know what I'm saying? And now don't get me wrong, Texas is a great place to live. I wouldn't mind living in Texas myself. But more Californians are moving to to Arizona and Nevada than they are
hmm
Texas.
right. And
You know,
I'm glad you brought that up, Rooster, because not only did you have, and I'm not saying people would move for that reason, but you had the Rams, not the Rams, the Raiders, right?
Raiders. Yep,
Recently
yep,
recently went to Vegas, and Vegas is another
yep,
spot that's growing. That's
yeah, yeah,
Vegas, like the places
yeah.
Reno, Reno, Vegas. What's the other one you said?
Hen-
Even Scottsdale.
Arizona, but yeah,
Yeah.
Henderson, Nevada is the fastest growing city in Southern Vegas. Uh, the first city in northern Nevada, which is a city called Verde.
hmm
Their housing population has exploded like crazy from people here in Northern California because you're an hour and a half from Sacramento. You know what I'm saying? You figure I could be in Sacramento in an hour and a half. A lot of people actually commute when it ain't snowing. They commute every day to Sacramento from Reno.
Right. Right. And a lot of
You know,
people, I'm a lot with because people got complaints about every state. Folk have complaints about Texas. People got complaints about California. But
yeah,
I lived in
yeah,
California for a while in up in the Bay Area, and when I
mm-hmm.
was younger. And one thing I know about Cali folk, especially one born and raised there, they love it, and they like you said, it's an hour flight. That closeness to the West Coast, but
Yeah,
you still
yeah,
you get a break from
yeah,
some of the this and some of the that, but you still close enough.
yeah,
What's
yeah.
up, Taurus Brain, and what's up, Young Riaz? How you doing, bro? Welcome in, welcome in. Uh, yeah,
Yeah. So
man. Oh, go ahead,
yeah,
Rooster.
because you also got to remember that Nevada is also a state with no state income taxes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are avoiding these state income taxes from California because it's through the roof. It's astronomical. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
and so they go over to Nevada. You ain't got a state income tax. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
It's what do you think? I mean, while I got you up here, bro, I know you're busy. You took time to do that. By the way, y'all see Rooster hit us with that 5 spots, man. That's the only man I know personally that can afford to live in California right now because he balling like that.
Hey, listen, man. Y'all don't believe that I'm struggling just like
Nah,
I'm really struggling, man. But I get out. One thing about me, Jay, I'm not to cut you off is
no, go ahead. Go
if you
ahead.
live in California, a lot of people ask you how you survive. I survive just like you survive where you live. You know what I'm saying? You
Right,
know the
right.
ins and outs of Texas. You know the ins and outs of Georgia. You know the
Mm-hmm.
ins and outs of Nebraska or Chicago or
Right,
DC or whatever.
right.
If you've been you know how to what makes money and what doesn't. You know where to go get money from and why not to get. The ins and outs, and that's how I survive in California. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You
And
know.
like you said, wherever you from, that's what people know how to do. I mean,
Yes,
yeah,
sir. Yes, sir.
we all that time in Africa. Guess who know how to survive in Africa? Africans.
Yep.
That's where
Exactly.
they from.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Exactly.
you just make it. You make it work where you know how to make it work. And
Yes, sir.
I want to ask you this real quick before you get out of here. Do you think that this is like a grow? Because I don't know if you were still in here or not. I hope you heard it, but you was probably working. You seen how like some people made that profit and moved to Oregon or or Washington State, and then a lot of people from Washington State and other places, they kind of came to Texas or Louisiana. It's got to stop somewhere, because you running out of people to, benefit from moving elsewhere in many instances. Where do you think it's going to stop or go? Or what?
It's got, well, here's the complaint that I hear all the time, because I Uber from time to time.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of people that has left here and gone to Oregon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Oregon used to be dirt cheap.
Right.
But now Oregon is almost like living in the Bay Area now.
Absolutely. Yes.
So, exactly. And Washington the same way.
Yep.
Once Microsoft took off, Washington just, like my brother, I've never been to Washington, right? But I got a brother that lives in Redmond, which is right outside of Seattle, right?
I worked in Redmond. Yes. Go ahead, bro.
So everybody that I talk to says to me, "Oh, your brother must be rich." I'm like, "What you mean?" I'm like, "No, he been living in Redmond for like 20 years."
Right.
They say, "Oh, that's what it is. He got in when it was," because they tell me. I say it's the same thing here. Man, you go out to the valley. You out to the valley now. I mean, where there's not a job in sight that can support it, but houses are $500,000 and $600,000.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't a job in sight that can support a five or six. You go to listen. When I was growing up,
right.
When I was growing up, I used to wonder what $1 million home looked like. Right.
Mm-hmm.
We never.
Yeah.
Now I can go right to the hood and find $1 million home. And it's like, man. Wait a minute, you call that $1 million house?
Yep.
So it's got to stop. But here's the killer part about it. So like the valley, right? I'm gonna say this from Sacramento down to Bakersfield. Used to be dirt. I mean, dirt cheap to live in.
Yeah.
Man, when I tell you, everybody from the Bay Area started moving to those places because it was dirt cheap. Then the prices just skyrocketed there. Now the people who were born in those cities, they don't know where to go and they don't know what to do because they can't afford it anymore. You used to be able to go to downtown Sacramento. I mean, the major hub, downtown Sacramento, and get a 1-bedroom apartment for $375. That same 1-bedroom apartment right now is $1,800 to $2,000 a month.
Facts, bro. Facts.
So
and that's what I'm saying. It ain't no. That's it. And I'm glad you said that, bro. Because when it comes to cost of living or moving, I'm gonna use that example. There was a time where you can go to like from the Bay Area or LA to Sacktown, and like you said, get that 1-bedroom or whatever for $300. Might even back then been able to get a house, right?
Yeah.
The people from Sacramento, if they want to stay in California, where the hell you gonna move?
Yep.
You ain't got
exactly.
nowhere. And that same thing is starting to happen all over the country because it's finally starting to get to the point where it's leveling out, where the people who have been outbid the most, property taxes done went up, cost of living done went up, and where you gonna go? Certain parts of rural Mississippi or Georgia, even Texas, where it ain't no job no more. So you just, I mean, it's starting to catch up with itself, bro. What's up, Broke Farmer? How you doing, brother? Welcome in.
So here's a funny thing. Here's a funny thing, and somebody can answer this in the chat. Do you know the definition of supply and demand?
I think I do, but I'd love to hear you elaborate on it, bro. I mentioned.
So you remember a long time ago. Now it has reversed, but a long time ago, the law of supply and demand used to be, if you demand it, we gonna supply it for cheap, right? The more you demand, the less it gets. Now it's totally opposite. The more you demand, the higher the cost. I'm like, how does that work? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So you figure a home builder, right? Just think of all these home builders. They go in, they find a tract, they build a whole bunch of tract homes.
Mm-hmm.
They buying buku wood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
2x4s may cost them, $2 a piece or $1 and something a piece, right?
Yeah.
Well, that back in the day, they used to get that same 2x4 for 10 cents a piece because they was buying so many of them. You know what I'm saying? Now you got all these people that's building this stuff. I mean, it's building these homes, and they saying, "Oh, since we want it, it's gonna cost us more." I don't understand that.
Right.
When did the law of supply and demand change?
When the system start imploding on itself.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
Because it
man.
don't make sense. It's and the thing, everything you saying is right, bro, and it's unsustainable. And that's the part that
Yeah.
concerns me because it's
Yeah.
absolutely unsustainable, man.
Yes,
How is
sir.
something
Yes,
that
sir.
more people want and more people need gonna be? I mean, if that's the case, then what you call them TVs, Rooster, them big ones, them big. I think about Carol the Girl miniature, them big ones with the big behind on it.
The CRT, the cathode ray tubes.
Yeah, them old. So if that's the
big
case,
bags.
them big backs, then a big back, your flow model TV from 1987 should cost $3,000 now. It doesn't make sense. It don't make sense.
Exactly.
Flat screens that came out in 2000 should cost $8,000. If that's the logic,
Exactly.
It's unsustainable, bro. And everybody looking for a way out. Go ahead, fam.
And the killer part about it is they build these things now to fail. You know what I'm saying? Because they know the lay person don't know much about electronics. So they build it to fail. That's why if you go to the store now, right, to buy anything, you go to the store, the first thing they try to do is sell you insurance with it. Oh, buy insurance because it might fail on you, you know. That's what they want you to do. They want you to buy it. They sell, and then on top of that, the insurance is only for what, 2 years? Most things ain't gonna fail within 2 years. So guess what? You done gave them $59. If everybody come in the store and gave them $59 for some insurance, just think of all the money that they making and just capitalizing off of. That's how corporations has become so rich that it's beyond your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a funny story about that insurance thing. So I worked with this dude. He was a technician, Jay. He was a funny dude, real funny dude. But he told me a story. He said, "Hey man, when you go buy TVs, if you do buy the insurance, let me tell you what to do." He say, "Take that TV, and when you know your insurance is about to run out, zap it with a stun gun. Take it back and get you a brand new."
Hey, Buddy might be on to something. Buddy might be on to something.
I say, man, you crazy. He said, "Hey, I'm serious." He said, "You zap it with a stun gun, and they you know the model is discontinued, so they're gonna give you a new one."
They got to.
You know.
They got to.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And there's a concept. I had watched a documentary one time, man, about the very first light bulb. This light bulb had been running for like they tested it, left it on. This is one of the first light bulbs ever made. And that joint been running for like 10, 15 years or whatever. It ran so long that, let's just say, the powers that be and the technologies at that time collaborated and said, we can't have this, which really set into motion, according to that piece of history, right? It's called deliberate neglect. Where basically they start designing all of it rolled over to cars, it rolled over to electronic components, it rolled over to your washer and dryer and all of this stuff. Instead of being built to last, which is no longer a real concept.
No.
It's designed to fail within a certain amount of time so the consumers can repurchase. So I mean, now that's bad enough for products. But when you start doing it with commodities like homes, people's way of life, people's jobs, because some of these companies are even setting up jobs that they know won't be there in 10 or 15 years, but it affords the owners to make however many couple million in this one decade, knowing that it won't be there. Like it's bad, bro.
That's how it is, Jay. You know, it's funny. So you know, in Canada, they sell pantyhose that don't rip. Did you know that?
Wow. I did not, sir.
I learned that in the 9th grade.
Wow.
I was talking to a teacher, and he was saying, we was talking about this, and he was like, hey, in Canada they sell pantyhose that don't rip.
That's crazy.
But you come in America and you get one little hangnail off that toenail.
That's it.
You're gonna have to buy.
That's it.
It's a wrap.
Hey, old girl all at the church revival runs all in her stock, all up her leg.
Hey, right. Right.
Hey,
so yeah, it's definitely we live in a profit in America. We live in a profit world. You know what I'm saying? Everything is a profit. They, like you say, they build these things to fail. And you look at it. Your car, right? You take it in for servicing, right? They say preventative maintenance is the best maintenance, right? But if you really look at it, preventative maintenance, a car gonna last you a certain amount of time regardless, preventative maintenance or not, right?
Right.
Then you go to the dealership, you get this, whatever work needs to be done. They put you in a new car, as a loaner car, because they know you're going to be feeling like, oh, this is nice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Maybe I should go and buy this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then you come back, how you like it? You know what I'm saying? Then they be like, I liked it. Then the service advisor reports to the salespeople, oh, such and such like this car.
Yep.
You may want to give them a call.
Yep.
That's how it begins. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh, everything's a hustle. Everything's a hustle.
Yes.
For all my ASC certified mechanics out here and everybody, y'all think about this. You will have a mechanic swearing up and down that this vehicle is on its last leg. You at 100 and maybe 10, 15,000 miles, right? And they swear the best thing you can do is get out of this thing, do this, do that. That car end up back at an auction or being sold from the same dealership. They slap some armor on it and give it a makeover. And then somebody else got that car for another 15 to 20 years after you've been told that it's on its last leg, can't live no more, won't start by next June. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
I'm gonna give you an example, Jay, because you make a good point, right?
Yeah.
Chevy, they're LS motors, right?
Mm-hmm.
The LS motor by Chevy was one of the best motors you can buy. People swap old school cars with them. They swap Oldsmobiles with a Chevy motor. They swap Buicks, everything. Chevy found out that they switched it to an LT. Now you're getting LTs that ain't as solid as the LS because people was keeping those cars forever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That LS motor lasts forever.
Hey man, whether it's an Allison or whatever, people they start doing the same thing with transmissions, bro. They start doing the same thing with transmissions. It's by the time they figure out that we done figured out something as consumers, especially if y'all don't think these folks sitting back, now look, I'm a little bitty channel, but if you don't think that people are sitting back watching these kinds of conversations right now, that's how they know what we done figured out from YouTube, from a whole lot of these other social media outlets, because somebody will make a video going viral saying, hey, I took my old grandpa 1960 whatever or 80 whatever, and I made this modification and I used this part for it. Within a year or two, guess what they gonna do? Even if they just change the housing, if they just change the housing and change where 3 or 4 boats go, they gonna make sure you can't use what you used to use no more.
That's right, Jay. That's right.
It's crazy.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, man. So I just wanted to come up and holler real fast, man, and let people know that, hey, the 2A community is awesome. California is not against 2A. We just against stupidity. You know what I'm saying? You check with most of the people in California, they want you to have your 2A, they want you to have your tool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And but we we don't want stupidity, with the things that's going on nowadays, man. I'm all for mental health and background checks and all that stuff, man, because it needs to be done. Red flags. If you got a red flag, I don't think you should be a 2A type of person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just my opinion. but I want everybody to be able to, you know. But if you're gonna go out and do something stupid with it, I don't
Right.
want you doing that. You know what I'm saying?
And I hear you out,
And
and
who
that's what these conversations are for. And like you done told me before,
Yeah.
because like it goes both ways. Me and you had a conversation about this. What's going on, Good Eats Homestead? A lot of people have the presumption that Texas is just all completely really super conservative and all of this and that, and that's not true. A lot of people think
That's not
that
true.
states like California are all 100% uh, super liberal, and that's not true. Unless you,
That's not true.
we've talked about this before. You know, good and
Yes,
doggone
sir.
well. If you get outside of some of the major bigger cities off of
Yep.
I-5, it's country as hell out there in California. It's a different kind of country.
Yes, sir.
But-
Yes,
and-
sir. Yes,
And
sir.
when you get to Texas, if you get in certain parts of Dallas and certain parts of Houston and especially Austin, you would think you out in Fresno or something. I'm serious. You go to Austin, you see this shit.
right.
It's different. But with
Right.
that being said, fam, I know you got to go, Rooster. I'm finna go. I want to thank everybody in the chat. I want to appreciate Big Rooster for the love. I want to appreciate ARD for the super chat. Thank you, everybody who came in, all of the new people. I hope y'all hit that thumbs up. I hope y'all enjoyed the conversation that we had over here today about growth, about people moving to primarily Texas, but also the South in general. I'm glad Rooster came up because he added something to the conversation. Everybody from Cali ain't moving necessarily to the southern states. They moving closer to home, which is Nevada and Arizona and states like that. So
Yeah.
it's just something to think about, family. Something to think about, especially for people who planning or anticipating maybe going here in the next couple of years or going there in the next couple of years. And it's really all about you and what you have planned and set for yourself. Because depending on how old you are, whether you married or single, whether you a parent or not, Los Angeles might be exactly where you need to be. For somebody
Well,
like
I
me,
just want to say this.
Go ahead, bro.
I just want to say this real fast, Jay, to most of the people that love red states. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with it. There's more red counties in California than there are blue.
They just don't know it.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yep.
A lot of people don't know that, Jay.
Yeah.
We have way more. Just the population isn't as, you know,
right,
big as the city areas. You know, basically our population is our blue counties, our blue areas are San Francisco Bay Area, Los Angeles area, San Diego area. Other than that, all the other counties are like, you know, outside of the Bay Areas are red. You know what I'm saying?
That's very true. And if y'all look at this to what Rooster just said before we get out of here, when it's election time and y'all looking at Steve Kornacki or whoever do the little breakdown and he on the board, all these smaller counties is red, but they waiting on these one or two counties that's blue to finish tallying. Y'all, it's like that in California. It's like that in a whole lot of different states. It's a whole lot of different states in the country who are like that. So, man, we had a great conversation. We had a great live, y'all. Thank y'all for being here. All the new people, if y'all catch the replay, I appreciate y'all spending this Trill Tuesday with African Dreaming. We look forward to seeing y'all on Friday. Make sure that you catch Pieces of April on Thursday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time with myself, this gentleman, Big Rooster, Unbiased LLC, and Pieces of April, and possibly Taurus Brain. We hope so. We will see y'all then. But until then, man, we're going to be over here being country in another country. Peace.